These lands were a key battlefield during the Boer War. Now, over a century later, men of the British military have returned to the same fields to engage in a conflict of a different kind.
See the poacher? You can point your weapon and go, "Hey! Stop! Stop where you are! Stop where you are! Hands up! Hands up!"
Here today, veterans turned conservationists are training Zulu park rangers in anti-poaching techniques.
What is my weapon? My voice, yeah? My voice, okay? Strong, aggressive, but you're not shouting like, "Hey, whatever." It's just nice, stern, okay? Okay, lift up the shirt!
The work that we do with Veterans Wildlife is focused predominantly on capacity building for rangers, and the work that these individuals are doing out in the field is very similar to what our role was as soldiers. They operate in hostile conditions sometimes, and they are facing a potential threat in respect of the poachers.
Stop moving! The threat to the detainee, to the suspected poacher, is that I'm going to use that weapon, yeah? You're not going to fire. You just want them to think you might use it, because you don't want to actually shoot him or endanger your teammate, yeah? So it's to intimidate.
I said drop your bomb!
These park rangers will be put through an intensive 2-week training regime by 3 Army and Royal Marine veterans. A bespoke program requested by the park's management.
You take the weapon off him, then giving him a chance to fire back, yeah?
But we can't reveal the name of this reserve, so to protect its personnel and the endangered wildlife within its borders. The park's elephants and rhinos are the poachers' prize that a mere 27 rangers are employed to protect. 27 men to guard a reserve of 22,000 acres, an area roughly the size of the city of Paris.
Like any military training, physical fitness is a key component, and it's no different for the Rangers here. That's why we're on a 6-mile morning run or tactical advance into battle. And with full kit, it's pretty intense, but it's exactly the kind of military discipline and fitness that the veterans here are trying to instill in the Rangers.
This job is emotionally hard and physically hard because every day we are climbing the mountains, we come across the dangerous animals like lions.
Rangers deploy on 20-day tours, 3 long weeks away from family. Poachers and animals alike are a constant danger, but even once home, their own communities can pose a threat.
My family, they usually ask me about what kind of job I do, how do I patrol, how do I protect myself from the rhinos. But I don't talk about rhinos. If I tell them where the rhinos stay, where the rhinos drink water, so they might go and ambush. Right now I miss my mom, I miss my kids, I miss my siblings. They are proud, but they are scared because they know that every minute I'm under the threat.
Okay, move into cover. Move, move, move. Okay, target down, target down, target down. Take your time, remember? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You move fast when you...
South African law prohibits park rangers from shooting to kill, except in self-defense, and so weapons training like this is crucial to dissuade and apprehend poachers. It's the most advanced arms training that these rangers have ever received, and it highlights the need to maximize their limited manpower with greater weapons competency. But this kinetic exercise highlights something else as well, the militarization of wildlife conservation.
Target down! Advance! They need this type of training solely for self-defense, specifically from well-trained and equipped poaching syndicates. So what you'll find all over Southern Africa and Africa is some of these extremely well-funded poaching syndicates. They have military background, so they come into reserves with high caliber weapons, sometimes automatic weapons, sniper rifles. So in essence, the rangers are actually outgunned.
Driven by the black market in China and Thailand, the numbers of the poaching epidemic are stark. Nearly 1,000 rhinos killed each year in South Africa, from a total population of 25,000. 2 rhinos poached every day for horns worth $60,000 per kilo, a value worth more than gold or cocaine by weight. Demand for rhino horn comes from Asia, but local desperation feeds the supply. With an unemployment rate of 27%, 30 million South Africans live in poverty. Just miles outside the reserve, a rhino horn can change a life.
The poachers are actually using the poor people. I mean, the money that comes after that is very much attractive, to a point that even a good guy can turn bad.
Jabulo Hudla is the reserve's community liaison officer, working to dissuade locals from the temptation of poaching.
If I do not have anything, and then a guy comes and say, hey, go and do ABC, I will give you this. The only thing that will come to mind is the money and the problems that I'm facing. So our approach was to teach the young kids, so that when they grow, they know the consequences of this poaching and how it will affect them. Because the older people, the war is already lost there, because this is not mainly a combat war, but it's a war that is being brought to us.
Enlisted into this war are the lessons learned in Iraq and Afghanistan. Battlefield experience adapted to benefit wildlife, while helping the veterans themselves transition away from the conflicts that shaped them.
I was deployed to Afghanistan. We would deploy out and try and conduct these high-risk arrests of Taliban commanders. I didn't speak a lot about it to any friends or family. I sort of just kind of gritted my teeth and cracked on with it. But the transition was actually quite horrible for me, because when I was in the military, it felt like I had a purpose, and I was lost for a couple of years. Glovu, cover me. I'm gonna search him. Okay, then you search. Yeah? Now I can use those soldiering skills I gained in the military and use it for, as I see it, a better cause.
I really struggled. It took me more than a year to find work, and that was not due to sort of a lack of effort. Trying to find a place in society and a new role, and giving me a sense of personal satisfaction and pride in what I'm doing.
You obeyed the rules of engagement, and you stuck within the law and within your powers afforded by the law. So I think from all of us, you guys did really well. That was really good to see.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Good work, guys.
After a full day of hard training, at night, the real work begins. Hours of armed patrolling through the bush. But tonight, the rangers and veterans will be especially vigilant, because it's a full moon, what the rangers here call a poacher's moon.
As we're patrolling now through the bush, if anything comes out, then one of us who's armed will take the necessary action. And so we'll just call you over to us to make sure that you're in a safe position. But you're not to move unless we tell you to. I'm having to whisper because not only are the rangers looking out for potential poachers, but because of the wildlife around us. And that's the contradiction in the duty of the rangers. The wildlife that they're here to protect pose the greatest danger to them.
Stand still, stand still. Do not move, stand still.
And on this night, it wouldn't be a poacher, but the angry snorting of a 2-ton rhino that would be the greatest threat to the very same men charged to protect it.
Rhino, Lewis, Move up, yeah? Stand still. Heavy snorting, so. Yeah, I reckon we just bug out the same way we came, yeah? All in agreement, yeah? Back off to the fence, and then we move back up the way we came.
Chris, get out the road, come towards me.
For now, only a close call with the protected, not the pursued.
Okay, one at a time, yeah?
And so the search for poachers continues, no end in sight. But for the veterans engaging in this conflict of conservation, the wars they left behind now offer a foothold on a new path. Christopher Bobyn, BBC News, South Africa.